Hi, it's Matthew Dickson of mindday.ca. Welcome. It's, what are we, Wednesday night? And I speak about my own experience with schizophrenia, some general mental health tips, and mental health in developing countries. Those are my three main areas. And I've been getting on some podcasts recently. Those are going well. I'm getting more used to doing those. When I'm on podcasts, those are my three main topics too that I talk about. And yeah, I'm glad they're going well. I'm On another note, I'm trying to get some dancing events going up, social dancing, locally where I live, and I know there's dancing online, like virtually. I've tried that. I don't know if it's really for me. It might work for other people. For dancing in person, I really do like that. And if you're looking at ways of or thinking of ways to get more involved in your community, how about dances? Putting on some dances. There are actually articles online that say you can. Some people do it as a side hustle to like help pay their rent. They charge whatever amount to get into the dance, and yeah, it's there are articles online on how to do that. So I'm starting those where I live. I'm really looking forward to them, and maybe that's something you could start where you are. And maybe you're thinking, well, I'm not someone who could put on a dance. Well, maybe you could start reading books on how to be a leader. There are tons of books on leadership, and there are books on how to do all sorts of things, gain more confidence, deal with people better. I've read a lot of those books too. And I'm a little hesitant to DJ because I'm not really a DJ, but I love dancing. I'll say I love dancing more than DJing, but I'm willing to learn how to be a DJ. Basically, you hire a room. Community rooms are really cheap to rent. You can get them for 60, 80, $100 usually at the most for a couple hours. And yeah, you have the room to yourself, and you for a dance you get a speaker. You might be able to borrow a speaker from somebody. I know you can rent them. Where I live, Costco, the store, they have them on sale for like $100, and you hook your laptop or phone up to it. You can play YouTube or Spotify, and yeah, you're good to go. So that's what I'm planning to do. I'm hoping to maybe do it as a fundraiser too for a local charity, and yeah, that's my plan. So this is sort of a bit off topic, this topic, but I maybe take some lessons from it, from going outside your comfort zone, being involved more in your community. Dancing is a great for your mental health. There was a study in New York back a number of years ago that took seniors, and they did in two different groups. One group did traditional dementia prevention exercises like learning a new language, learning a new musical instrument, walking, exercise, golf, crossword puzzles, those sorts of things. And the other group danced. The group that did the traditional exercises, they decreased their chances of getting dementia like around 20% roughly, different for each activity. But the group that danced, it was about 80%. They reduced their chances by about 80%. And the article goes on to, you can find it online, New York City or New York State, I forget which one, dancing and dementia study, and it should pop up. It was a fairly popular study, and the article goes on to describe how all the wonderful things dancing does for your mind. And I know when I dance, I feel like $1 million, $1 million. It's whatever chemicals, hormones go through your body when you dance. It is incredible, and it can just make you forget about everything, forget about all your problems, and just have some fun for a while. It's and I'll be honest, the Grinch who stole Christmas, the Dr. Seuss book. When the Who's down in Whoville are start singing just before the Grinch is about to steal Christmas for good. Why do they start singing? Why? Well, at some point, you just have to have fun. You really do. Things can be bad and bad and bad and bad and getting worse, and you think, you know what? I've had enough. I want to enjoy life. I know I was that when the pandemic hit in 2020. I was like, you know what? I've been struggling for so long. I really need to have fun, and I put on sitcoms, funny movies. That's what I started watching more of during the pandemic because I needed a laugh. I really needed a laugh. So yeah, And someone who does Reiki told me that often people, when they sort of break through and the Reiki works its fullest, a lot of people just start laughing. They're lying there on the table and they just start laughing. It's a really fundamental, just you've made it, you're here, you're healthy, and just having fun. There's a quote by an old actor or Hollywood star from decades ago, and she said, "Life is like a game show where whoever has the most fun wins." And laughing, having fun with people, dancing's wonderful. In the old day, the World Wars back in the early 1900s, the dance halls were filled with people dancing to help boost morale. And I'm thinking, I've been wanting for years to bring that back to my community. Would you want to bring dancing back to your community? They're not hard to do. Community rooms are, at least where I live and other places in Canada, are often not booked. And it's fairly easy to get a time to book them. So, yeah, and you might even be able to make some money from it for yourself or for a charity. So, there you go. I do have some more nonprofits that I want to add to MindAid, the website, under the donate section. I haven't checked them out yet. I want to go through, check them out, and if possible, put them on the site for people to donate to. I haven't done that yet, but I will here soon. It's starting to eat at me. So I will say that for MindAid, the charities that I suggest people donate to or recommend, and I want to put this on the site too, that I'm not a charity rating agency or a charity evaluation agency. I have no skills in that area. If one of these nonprofits fails or doesn't do well or squanders money, turns to the dark side, if you will, that would make me feel pretty darn bad about it. But I'm taking a chance on them. As far as I know, they're all good. But like I said, and this is what I want to put on the site, just like a fine print saying, sort of donate at your own risk, just to take me out of the loop, because I'm just taking a chance on them, and like I say, I don't know, But from what I understand, I feel fine putting them up there. I've talked to them. I've found stuff about them online, and I feel comfortable myself putting them up there and encouraging people to donate to them. So. They also have some celebrities behind them, some big names like Robin Williams' son, Zach Williams, Bill Clinton, the band Arcade Fire, Ashley Judd, the actress and singer, Forrest Whitaker, the Hollywood actor. They are helping promote these groups, so that's great. And I've got a playlist on the MindAid YouTube channel that has the celebrity endorsements, at least YouTube videos that they've made. Not all the celebrities, but some of them have done YouTube videos for these, endorsing these nonprofits that I recommend on MindAid in the donate section. So, how are you doing tonight? How are you doing mentally? Where I live in New Brunswick, power line workers ask each other before they go up on the power lines, "How's your 10?" That's a phrase they use. "How's your 10?" And I'm asking that of you tonight. How's your 10? How are you doing mentally? How's your 10 means we have 10% of our thoughts in the present moment, and something like, let's say 50 in the past and 40 in the future, 40% in the future. It's some ratio like that, with at least, I know for sure it's 10 in the present. And that's what the power line workers ask before they go up on the power line. They want to know, how focused are you in the present? Because if you're not, we could get killed, we could get electrocuted, or fall to our death, sort of thing, or fall and get injured. So, how's your 10? How are you doing today? Are you enjoying life? Are you struggling? Are you in between? If you're struggling, I encourage you to keep fighting. Life is wonderful, and I know it's hard to see that when you're sick. I couldn't see that for a long, long time. But I knew that there was something. I enjoyed life for many years, the first 20 years of my life or so. And I wanted to get back there, and I fought hard to get it, but I know everyone else is fighting hard, even harder than me, and life is wonderful when you get through to the other side and you experience joy and buoyancy and lightheartedness, playfulness. It's really beautiful to just be able to tiptoe through the tulips, to ride the waves and enjoy life and just have fun with it. Just really have fun with life. And I know if you're struggling, you may think, well, I can't do all that stuff. And for me, I'm like, yeah, I felt that way too. There's a lot of things I couldn't do. And if I did do them, I couldn't fully enjoy them. And it was tough, but I want to remind you, or maybe say to you, for you, here, you might be hearing this for the first time, even though you do things that you would normally want to do, but you can't find enjoyment in them, I encourage you to do them anyway. There's, you'll be able to look back in your life weeks, months, years from now, and you'll be able to say to yourself, even if you're not doing well in the future, you'll be able to say to yourself, there'll be something in you, and you'll tell yourself, good for you for doing that. I'm glad I did that. Even though I was feeling bad and I couldn't really enjoy it, I did it anyway. And all those things register. If you sit inside all day, if you lay in your bed for years and years and years, and this is a rough example, it doesn't apply to everybody, but if you lay in bed for years and years versus getting out of the house and doing things, it your brain is made to deal with things outside the house. It's made to move through space. It's made to deal with people and things. And I know this doesn't apply for everybody. I'm sure there are people who are bedbound and have a rich inner life and are able to be healthy mentally. I'm sure that's possible. At the same time, I've read that horses, if you take a horse who spent most of its life in a stall versus a horse that was wild and roamed canyons and avoided rattlesnakes and went all over the place, their brains at the end of their life are different. You look up articles on travel. There's all sorts of reasons for brain health that come from travel and going places and new experiences, meeting new people, going to new places. I encourage you to get out there and enjoy this beautiful world we have. If possible, travel by foot or by bike or by some mode of exercise instead of sitting. Driving in a car, I'm sure that does wonders for the brain too, because I really enjoy it. I've bicycled across Canada and I've gone on some road trips in the car. They're both enjoyable in different ways. And just getting out there, yeah, go RVing, as the ads say on TV. Go RVing. Get out there and explore. I'll leave it at that for tonight. If anybody has any questions, feel free to message me or email me info@mindday.ca, and I'll see you again